first impressions, Francia, you starred in Life Size 2,
Yes.
which is amazing alongside Tyra Banks. But I heard that before you shot together, you spent some quality time together.
Yes.
What did you do with Tyra?
She really wanted us to have a great relationship, like she did with Lindsay. So she's like, why don't we go to the spa? I was like, okay. She goes, why don't you pick me up? I'm driving Tyra Banks in Atlanta. I've never been in Atlanta before, and I'm like, oh gosh, like don't crash. I'm driving 10 and 2, and I was like, okay. It's Tyra in the car, and like we're having conversation. I was like, she's talking to me. I'm sweating, you know, kind of like you are right now.
Yeah.
And we get to the spa, and she's like, oh my God. She goes, let's go early before our massages and go in the hot tub. I was like, okay. And then she goes, oh gosh, I forgot my bathing suit. And I'm like, oh, okay, I have mine, but okay. She's like, well, it's okay. Like, well, I'll just go naked. And I was like, do I go naked? Like,
Did you?
So I kept the bottoms on, but I took the top off. Because she didn't feel alone. Because I was
That's what it is.
So I'm like sitting in this hot tub. I was like, cool, just naked with Tyra Banks. It's fine. But it was fine. It was good. Like, we had normal conversation, and a couple people walked in, and I was like, yeah, that's me with Tyra. And we went to get our massages, and I thought we were just gonna go back to the hotel afterwards, and she's like, why don't we go take a nap? So I got to take a nap with Tyra. I'll take a bath and a nap.
That's incredible.
That was the first time hanging out with her.
So, Francia, we gotta talk about Grownish. Obviously, you guys are entering your 3rd season. Congratulations. And your character left off by saying peace to a guy that was not ready to claim her as a girlfriend. So, what can we expect in the newest season?
So I really like the approach that the writers took with her, because they could have easily been like, she's heartbroken, been his side piece, which she did for a second, but then pulled it back and said, I'm not doing this, I'm worth more than that. And I think a lot more people need to understand that, like, if he's not claiming you and he's not ready, it's not about you. And I'm glad I didn't have the dialogue where I was like, what did I do wrong? What do I need to change? Why doesn't he like me? It's not about you. So this next season, she really comes into her own. She stands up for herself. And, you know, she had that line with Zoe where she was like, you know, who he really loves. And I love that a guy didn't mess up their friendship. Because that shouldn't happen. It's not even about them. You gotta remember your foundation, where you came from. And, you know, I really appreciate where they took her this next season. I hope you guys like it.
I love that. I love that. I'm always so curious because the show has a lot of actors that are under 21.
Yes.
But, you know, they are drinking and they're doing a whole bunch of stuff at parties. You are over 21. Have you ever had to?
Over 21.
Yeah, you just know over 21. Have you ever had to like teach some of the actors like this is how it actually is to drink and be like this?
There was one time, first season, we had a blackout scene, and we were taking shots of vodka. And Yara took a shot, and the director goes, cut. Yara, you're drinking vodka. She goes, I've never drank before.
Oh,
and I was
so-
like, all right, here, girl. Pretend this is rubbing alcohol and you just drink it. She goes, ew. I was like, there you go, action. She's ready.
Debbie, obviously we gotta talk about Insatiable. We got season 2 has been streaming on Netflix. I mean, this season had so many twists and turns and unanswered questions and the drama, all the drama.
The drama.
But the biggest question I have, and we kind of spoke about this in the green room, is the biggest question is why do you have so many cardboard cutouts of yourself in your home?
Okay.
Like, we got one here, there's one attached to your fridge.
So we had a scene in the finale where Patty goes to a pageant. It's the Nationals pageant at the end of season 2. So Miss American Lady, and we have fans in the audience, and for the fans, our prop team made cardboard cutouts of, you know, signs that say like, go Miss Nebraska or whatever. They made a couple of these for people in the crowd to hold up. And as we're rapping and it's kind of saying emotional, tearful goodbyes to everyone, I'm like, well, what are those? Where are you guys doing with those? And they're like, well, I don't know. We were just gonna put them in a box somewhere and forget about them forever. And I was like, can I get those? They were like, the cardboard cutouts of you? And I was like, yeah, for sure, can I get those? And then I went home with a few of them. So for this video, my roommate thought it was hilarious, so I just kept leaving them around the apartment. And then I took them home, and then unironically, my parents were very stoked to have them. And I like to imagine that they sit one at the dinner table. We have a meal together.
Oh, that's sweet.
I have great photos of them just like in their bedroom. And when I was home for the holidays, I just would alternate places that they would pop up.
I love
it's
this.
It's really unsettling.
I
My
love it.
sister-in-law is a gamer, so she streams on Twitch. And my big goal is to just have it kind of appear in the back of one of them. Just like have me like the.
I don't think there's anything I've related to more because I'm truly the exact same way. This is why we're friends. I go to any party, there's pictures of me, and I'm just like,
Who's she?
what y'all gonna do with these pictures? Like,
yeah,
these giant pictures. In fact, there was like these popcorn buckets, one of these. Like I have these all in my office.
Oh my God.
Right now for no reason.
Can I get one of those?
Limited edition. There's not many. Here you go. You get a popcorn bucket.
I'm gonna to Jay's show because I'm sure you're going and be like, hey, remember me now?
Yeah, I can assure you, I will never forget you, ever. This is my way of continuously apologizing.